Oh, that's some bad posture.
Okay, repeat after me. I need to practice at something to be good. I need to practice at something to be good. I didn't do it perfect the first time, so I'm never doing it again. No!
Tell me you're a violinist without telling me you're a violinist. We'll start.
Quite a few times.
50 times?
More.
100 times?
More.
200 times?
More.
500 times?
Probably.
Are you okay? Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No.
And now, Daniel, the guy with perfect pitch. Hey Daniel, what's wrong? It's the school bell. It's a little bit flat. I know, I have perfect pitch. Of course it's your perfect pitch. I swear, Daniel, if you mention that one more time, I'm gonna...
Oh my god. Thanks to TwoSetViolin, I can't read the subtitles in my anime because I'm checking to see if they're playing the violin correctly. I'm watching to see if the bowing is correct instead of, like, watching the anime. Watching to see if they're playing, like, on the right string and if their, like, fingering is correct and they're in the right positions. I'm supposed to be focusing on story!
Tell me you're a violinist without telling me you're a violinist. We'll start first.
When you listen to a piece, you think you can play, but then you look up the sheet music. Easy. Ugh.
Finger down, classical music edition. Put a finger down if you've ever forgotten your instrument.
Put a finger down if you have perfect pitch.
Put a finger down if you have ever cringed at watching an actor trying to play an instrument.
Put a finger down if you've been told to study something else.
Put a finger down if you've ever had your self-esteem broken by a prodigy.
Put a finger down if you ever made a viola joke.
Put a finger down if you play more than one instrument.
Put a finger down if you've ever been late to rehearsal.
Put a finger down if you have ever had stage fright.
Put a finger down if you practice 40 hours a day.
Tell me you're a violinist without telling me you're a violinist. We'll start first.
Hey Steven, can I watch you practice? Sure, I guess so. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, that's understandable. Oh, now I can do it every time.
1, 2, 3, let's go!
Practicing?
Okay, so a lot of people don't actually know the difference between a violin and a viola. So this on the right, this is a viola. You can see it's bigger than the violin, and the bow has like a rounded frog. And the strings go C, G, D, A. And the music is written in alto clef. And this is a violin. The strings are G, D, A, E. And the frog is like a square. There's a misconception that violas are kind of useless in the orchestra, but I honestly don't think they are. I mean, in a choir, alto is an important part. And viola music isn't always easier than violin music. This is the viola part for Mendelssohn's Symphony No. 5. It's pretty complicated. The viola part for a transcription of Ave Maria. And the first violin part from the E.T. soundtrack. Go viola!
Only band kids won't understand this. Who plays in the band out there?
WC by the sea.
Finger down, classical music edition. Put a finger down if you've ever forgotten your instrument.
Put a finger down if you have perfect pitch.
Put a finger down if you have ever cringed at watching an actor trying to play an instrument.
Put a finger down if you've been told to study something else.
Put a finger down if you've ever had your self-esteem broken by a prodigy.
Put a finger down if you ever made a viola joke.
Put a finger down if you play more than one instrument.
Put a finger down if you've ever been late to rehearsal.
Put a finger down if you have ever had stage fright.
Put a finger down if you practice 40 hours a day.
Is that a microscopic dent in my bridge? Oh no, my teacher's gonna kill me. That's $1,000 down the drain right there. Yeah, I may have accidentally ran over the mouthpiece with my car earlier. It should still be fine.
Some modern violin makers make their violins with thin wood. Thinner wood means the violin will sound better in the short term, but it ages badly.
See, that's partially true, but it's not the whole story. We as makers thin the wood in order to achieve a mass and stiffness that we're after. The problem comes from using inadequately aged wood, 15, 20-year-old wood. The moisture will continue to evaporate and the resins of the wood will continue to polymerize over the next decade or two, which will fundamentally change the density, it'll get lighter, and the stiffness, it'll get stiffer, which is going to change the way the instrument sounds, and very seldom for the better. In order to overcome this, we either need to leave the plates overly thick now so that it can age to greatness in a decade or two, or actively try to chase down very well-aged wood, 50, 60, or 80 years old. This is a challenge because there's not a lot available, but also because it's prohibitively expensive. It's not uncommon to spend $200 or $300 on a back's worth of maple that's been aged 60 years. So those are the two approaches we can take in order to overcome that, and it's mostly an issue for makers who are strictly historically informed without a strong scientific understanding. It doesn't mean that a thin violin is inherently going to go bad.